Hello everyone and welcome to my first tutorial that I'm going to make. It's about Banished. It's a game that I've played quite a bit already, and there's one challenge in Banished that you can do. It's called the Mountain Men challenge, and it's quite hard to finish, especially the start, because I'm going to play on hard as well when I show you guys. So let's just start by making a new world. I don't really care about the name. Let's just call it, for example, Mountain Men. Doesn't really matter. Mountains, small map, harsh. I'm going to play with disasters on. You don't have to. And I'm also going to play on hard, and you also don't have to. You can play on easy and without disasters to get the achievement, but I'm going to leave them on because I like a challenge. So while we are going to load the game, I'm going to explain you guys a bit about the game. If you're watching this, you probably already know that it's like bulbing and stuff like that, and that you need to get food. One of the most important things when you're starting on hard is that you do not get a lot of stuff to start with. So yeah, first I'm pressing space, so that means that I'm going to pause the game. So I'm going to take a look around. So as you can see, there's some forest here. There's a nice lake, not that useful though. There's a nice forest over here, but it's all quite small. The thing I'm going to look for in the start is to find a forest cluster, or that's at least how I call it, and how other people call it as well. It's an area with a lot of forest where you can build your first food, your food gathering resources stuff in, because you will need a lot of food. You cannot, the stuff you get is not enough to make it through the winter. You do not have enough food and you do not have enough firewood. So it's something you have to do. You have enough tools and codes till like the 3rd year, I believe. So yeah, first I'm also going to open the job screen. Always open that, and the where is it? General. I almost always keep them open so I can keep track of all the stuff I have. Put them just in the corner over here. And then I'm going to check if there's an area where I can get food from. So let's go to the food production tab. And then you can see there are several food production types. Because I'm playing on hard, I don't have any seeds or things yet, so I cannot make those. Fishing docks are quite underrated. They are good if you place them on like crossings with other water, because if you look at the fishing dock, you will get fish in all the water. So like if you have this circle, you can see it needs to be as much water as possible. So, and then it can give quite a lot of food. But I'm not going to use it to start off with. I always start with a hunter's cabin and a gatherer's hut. As you can see, those also have yellow circles. It's like the area there where they can collect it. You want as much forest as possible in it. As you can see, there are not a lot of areas with enough forest for me. This one here is maybe one for future. It's not the best, but it can do. Further than that, I actually only have this spot here. So that means that I'll have to make a bridge as well. So first going to place like the hunter's cabin, like right there, as you can see. That also means that I have to make a bridge to there right away. So just search for a nice spot to get a bridge. Not too far, 6, that's good. So, and it also means that I'll need to get like a stockpile not too far away, but not in this area. So that's the hunting cabin area. I can just drag it here so I can keep see the area. Okay, stockpile, I'm going to place it right here, so it means that they can easily access it for both collecting and using the stuff. It means that also I'm going to take it off pause. And then I'm going to get the resource collection tool. That means that I'm going to collect all this stuff that's not in the area of the first forest cluster. I'll definitely need it. Let's speed up the time a bit. You can see them. You can see that they start working on it. Start collecting the stuff. You can also see that. Wow. Yeah. Codes will keep up till like 3rd year. So Anyway, there are a few priorities. We need to get food running as soon as possible, and what's also very important is the wood production, or at least the firewood production. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing the first year. Yeah, I'm first going to let them collect some stuff before I want them to build. I'm not assigning any builders yet, as you can see, because laborers are very important at the start. So let's just make them collect some stuff, give them some time. It started raining, but anyway, as you can see, I do get some more stuff here, and there's enough stuff for the bridge, so let's just get 2 builders going. So the builders can start building the bridge. Also, a very important thing when you are going to play on hard is to use the priority 2. You can use it to just grab and place it over the bridge, for example, and then it's like prioritized, so they'll finish that first before they are going to do any other building thing. It doesn't always work smoothless, but yeah, well, it's the best you can do. And it's the same for resource collection. You can just drag it over an area, for example. I can drag it here, and then they'll clean that area. They'll clear that area out first. So, okay, let's see. I'll just give them some more time, let them build the bridge. As you can see, there is a worker here working on the bridge. Bridge is getting completed. Okay, bridge is done. That means that they can access the other side as well now. That means that they're going to clear out the area for the hunter cabin, and that they're also going to move goods there as soon as that is possible. Because the hunter's cabin is quite good for food, but I like the gatherer's hut better as well, because it can collect 3 types of food, so it's a lot of variety, which you will need for the health of your citizens. So I'm going to place one of those as well next to it. You can see here's the hunter's cabin, this is the gatherer's hut. And it also means that I can get 7 food producers once they're done, because the hunter's cabin provides for 3. And it gives, like, I don't know, a lot of food. And the one here is going to give 4 workers a workspace. So yeah, let's just continue. Give them some more time to clear out the areas. Go to prioritize this area. I want those 2 buildings to be completed first. So it's late spring already, as you can see, so it's like one season has almost passed. So we really need to keep working. So as you can see, the areas are almost cleared. We'll move stuff there now. You can see it here still for hunter's cabin. I didn't remove it yet. But okay, you can see that almost everyone's working on it, and some others are just still collecting resources. Just before they are running out of area for resources, I'm going to tell them to remove the resources here as well. I'm not going to use it. It's not big enough for a forest cluster. I might make one over here, as I said before. It will probably be my second forest cluster. You want to get like 2 forest clusters. That will be enough to provide food for 50 citizens. So you can make the challenge with that. I'm not going to stop at 50 citizens, because then you have a chance of people dying and that you do not keep enough citizens alive. And I don't want that. So I'm going for like 75 or something, because if a disease happens or anything like that, you can still keep the challenge going. Okay, so as you can see, get lost. Hunter's cabin is almost done. As soon as it's done, I'll give three people that job, because yeah, then I can get food. And once I'm getting food, it means that I'm going to build houses first, because I want people to have a house in winter. House and firewood is very important, otherwise they won't make it through the winter. Okay, you see the hunter's cabin is finished now. As you can see here, it can have 3 workers. I'm going to assign 3 right now. Yeah, you can make 4 of it, but it doesn't provide more food, so that's not really necessary. It's not the best way to do. Okay, so then they're also going to finish the hunter's cabin, and I'm going to provide some space for the houses. One thing most people do is delete the storage cart as soon as you can and build a storage barn, but I just use the storage cart for now to store stuff, and once this gets filled up I'm going to build a storage barn and not before that. It's actually quite handy because you do not have to build it yet. I'm probably going to build 5 houses because you start with 4 families right at the beginning, but usually you need 5 houses to get everyone into houses because another family has formed already before you build houses. That's, by the way, on hard. Hard starts with 4 families. So let's just let them create the hunter cabin as well. Can get that going. And I can get some more people there as well. So it means that actually for food we are done for now. We do get quite a lot of food now, and it should be enough to get through the first few winters. So our next goal is building some houses and getting some firewood. As you can see, it's late summer already, so winter is coming in soon. I'm usually also a fan of roads. I'm not going to build them yet until I have the woodcutter, but as soon as I have it I'll build roads everywhere. That's why I keep the areas nice and place those two right next to each other and stuff like that. And also one very important thing that I won't do yet because it will cost you some of the forest, but that I will do in future, is build the houses right next to the workplaces. Because people have to walk less, and that means that they can work more. So you'll get more. So, okay, let's speed up for now. And let's see. As you can see, there's not that much food left. Potatoes that we started with, but there is venison coming in from the hunters. And they can just keep up with the people, so that's okay. Okay, let's prioritize this. And let's just speed it up a bit again. They'll start moving stuff towards it, and then they'll start building the houses. As you can see, there's enough stuff here. So, and here now, there are 2 builders. They'll start building it while they are still collecting food over here, as you can see. Okay, nice, 1 house done. I'm also going to, the reserve of food is low, I know, but that doesn't really matter. They're getting food now. There's enough to keep them going. Only thing is that people are going to store food in their houses, and it means that the first few houses that will be completed will cost like all the food. But usually it's not that big of a deal. Once you have your hunter's cabin and your gatherer set, always get those 2 first. It's very important. Okay, so let's get some other resources going. I want a woodcutter because we'll need firewood. I'm going to build it. You know what? Let's just build it here, right next to the stockpile, so it can get his stuff easily. I'm not going to build a forester yet. I actually don't need one. For now I can just use the resources like the trees and stuff that there are in the area. So yeah, I'll just let them build it. I'm just going to speed up a bit again, and let's see how they do. 2 houses ready, so that's sweet. As you can see, the food is low. There's no food left in here. And there's also like no firewood left, because the houses are filled with that. You actually don't need every house to be filled with firewood, because the people will use the nearest house they can get to warm up. So it's nice to have every house warmed up, but you don't have to. So let's see. Let's continue. All food that's coming in right now will get lost, but yeah, they'll just use it right immediately. Like this house is saying that it doesn't have enough food. That's not really true, but almost. Let's pause this because there's no one without a house yet, so don't have to finish that yet. Let's build those. Build the woodcut first. So. Okay, let's see. Let's hope that they can deal with the food. It's not too far away from the storage cart, because sometimes they have to walk too far. So the food is produced fast enough, but it's not transported fast enough for the people. Then you'll get something like, some people call it the dance of death for food, because people just keep walking back and forth until they find some food, and then while you actually have enough production, people die because they're just not producing anything and they are only walking back and forth to get food. So, but as you can see, every house has food now. The inventories, as you can see, there's something here, and also this one, they all have food now. Food's not building up yet, but that will come soon enough. There's no wood, but once this woodcutter is done, I'll get someone to work there, and then that will build up as well. So let's just finish them, let them finish. Okay, so let's get a woodcutter. Also, one more important thing is micromanagement. So that means that once I have enough firewood, I'm going to change the job of the woodcutter, for example. Move it to, I don't know, a blacksmith or a tailor, either of two, because that's like the next buildings I'm going to build. Because that's what I'll need in year 2 or 3 to be finished. So yeah, I'll just let them complete this house, because we can get some more workers. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do first, and then I'm going to get rid of the builders and just they can just walk and help. They'll also do that once they are builders. When they have nothing to do, when builders have nothing to do, they will just work as laborers. It's the same for some other jobs, professions, but I just like to put them back to the laborers, because I can easily see how many people are working on what tasks. Okay, so they also don't have food at the moment, or at least they say so, but it's not completely true. It will just be fine. They will grab food as soon as it's in the cart, so that means that I won't have any food building up yet, as you can see here. So yeah, firewood is also being worked on, but actually not all the houses have food in them yet, so that's why you can see that there is also no firewood building up yet. But that's okay, we at least survived like the first year, and that's important. We've built the food production and we've built the woodcutter in the first year before the winter, so it means that we've made it through the first winter. That's nice. And now I'm just going to let the food build up a bit. I'm probably going to make a storage barn to be able to get a lot of food in storage, because I always like to have some spare. I'm also going to build a herbalist, herbalist, because if people get sick or they actually don't have enough variety in their food, it can be devastating for your civilization, for your people, and that's why I'm going to build it as soon as possible. I normally build it like the start of year 2 or something like that, so that's why I'm also going to start on one right now. Let's see, let's get a herbalist going. I'm going to build it in the same forest cluster. You don't have to, you can just place it somewhere else if you want to, but I usually don't have another forest cluster nearby, or at least not on this challenge. So I'm going to build one over there, and I'm also going to build some roads. So like some roads over there. You can press shift to make roads that are going diagonally, not straight, because people actually never walk straight. It will cost you some more tiles, but people will be faster everywhere. So that's what I want. That's where the roads are for. So let's just build it like that. And let's just get two builders. As you can see, I've got quite a lot of wood. I've got almost over 250 wood. So that's good. I'll have enough for some time. And yeah, let's just go on. And let me build the herbalist. I'm going to prioritize it, so people will do that first before the gathering the resources that they're still doing over here. As you can see the yellow crosses at the trees. It means they are doing they are going to clear it. So Surface firewood is low. Yeah, that's you'll get that message multiple times, especially once it's starting to build up, because people will grab it and then will be some wood again, and then it's not there again. As you can see my firewood's building up now. So slowly, but it's building up. The same as for my food. And sometimes you don't have to worry if it gets back to 0, also not for food, because every house has its own inventory with mostly a lot of stuff in it. So don't worry. So yeah, for the tutorial, for the next tutorial and this one, I am planning on making them around 20 minutes, so you can see them in parts and find back everything you want when you're playing easily. So that also means that this is going to be the end of the first tutorial of this series, and I'll continue in the next part by explaining how to get through the next 2 years, because you'll need a tailor and a blacksmith and stuff like that. So I hope this was really helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next episode.